Good morning, everyone, and welcome into the Glenview Community Ice Center here in Glenview, Illinois, where this morning we have a Central States Bantam prospect matchup between the visiting Highland Park Falcons and the host Glenview Stars. Hello, everyone. This is Eric Willowhite, along with my partner Mike Napolitano. We are from Stream Sports Midwest, and we have a team-requested broadcast for the Stars and the Falcons here this morning. And Mike, everyone had to brave the frigid temperatures to make it out to Glenview today. So for those that are watching in the comfort of their warm home or wherever they're watching, hope they enjoy the broadcast. But yeah, it was a fun ride today.
Keyword warm, whether you're inside here at the Glenview Community Ice Center or watching at home, you're definitely not out at the Bears game right now. I can't imagine those folks that are still out there. And, despite there being an ice sheet in here, it is a lot warmer than it is outside. So that's a good thing.
That is true. That is true. So, and then the other thing with that is, I was thinking about that Bears game today. There's going to be some nut jobs that aren't wearing clothes, or at least they take their shirts off and whatnot. And it's I was thinking, just for general fan safety, they should eject those fans from the game. There's no way you should do that.
I can't imagine they're leaving with all 10 fingers intact.
No, or their mind. But that's the Bears game. That's a long way to go for that. This morning, though, we have a nice matchup here between the Stars and the Falcons. The Falcons, at print time, they're in fourth place in the division with 12 points, and Glenview in sixth place with 10 points. So only 2 points separate these two teams. So definitely a big game for both teams as they want to climb up the ladder here in the Bantam prospects. This is the White Tier 1 division.
Glenview sitting at an even 5-5, 5 wins and 5 losses. One of those wins was an overtime win. The Falcons have one of those as well, but they are 5-3, 0-2. So they've got 5 wins, 3 losses, no ties, and 2 overtime losses to give them those 12 points. So should be, as you said, an even matchup here. Only one team separating these two, and that's the Ice Dogs. And it's quite a challenging division. The Blues lead this division with 9 straight wins, 14 in a row dating back to last season.
Yeah, the Chargers are right on their heels there with 18 points. I was talking with Mike, the manager for the Glenview Stars, and he was saying they're 1-2 against the Falcons this season here. So they did get 1, but they've lost 2 as well. So a couple of those losses were, pretty dominant from the Falcons. So he's looking for a better effort here, and a new day, a new game. You never know. So we'll see how things transpire here. All right, we're going to go on goalie watch. We have a pair of goalies for the Stars in Liam McIntyre, number 57, and then Beck Owen, who is number 90. McIntyre definitely a little taller than Beck there.
Looks like it'll be Caleb Kim for the Falcons, number 72 over down in the far net.
So we'll highlight Caleb Kim. He'll be to our left. And we do not know as of yet if it's Beck or McIntyre to start things out here for the Stars. The Falcons traveling in their red road uniforms with the white trim. Nice, big, thick numbers and names. And, Mike, that's always good for the broadcasters.
That is true. They kind of almost look like a mix of, Red Wings and like almost vintage Philadelphia Flyers. With, of course, the Falcons logo, taking some inspiration from that. But despite being a Blackhawks fan, I really do like these jerseys. These are very sharp. Should be a good one here. Stars in their home whites. Those are nice as well.
Related jerseys, the Dallas Stars, and it will be Beck in that. Owen Beck, number 90. So we got some high numbers here for our goalies today, Mike. 90 for Beck and the Stars, and 72 for Caleb Kim.
And we're underway here, 14-minute periods for this Bantam matchup.
Stars will carry the mail in, dumped in by Octave de Cruz. Never heard of anyone named Octave. So until today, it was always a first. And we get an offsides call here in the early going. So in Rink B, we're in Rink B at the Glenview Community Ice Center. It's an off-center platform here, so we're actually towards the left of center ice. And to get the play in the near corner to our right is a challenge just because the overhang here. So
look out,
there's
an
early
turnover.
shot and a score. Turnover and a score, and the Stars get on the board. That was a quick snapper.
A beautiful pick that was number 92 for the Stars. That was Henry Buholte.
So he gets the first goal of the game. 13-19 to go. So not wasting any time is Buholte. Henry Buholte, and fired that one top shelf.
Yeah, he went upstairs with that one. Almost a water bottle popper if it had a little bit more on it, but beautifully placed shot, and he gets his team on the board here early.
That, and if there was a water bottle up there. I don't think there is.
It might be.
I think that might be the center post.
Oh, it might be. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I saw something move, but it might have just been the twine, and that's all you need.
Yeah, I'm looking over. Actually, there isn't even a center post that stretches the net there. It just might be something there, but I don't see a water bottle to our right either, so. There's a keep in there for the Stars. Big number 13, that's Beban Ryland. He takes up a lot of real estate. Now into the Star zone. Rabin battling there with Parker McLaughlin. And Stars gain possession. Moving the puck up is Cole Bergquist. Bergquist gets it to Bassler. Oh, nifty stick handling, but then he lost the handle, and then the puck goes on to goaltender Caleb Kim, and he'll hold on for a face-off as both teams will pretty much make wholesale changes except for the defensive pairing for they're going off too. So a fresh 5 aside here for both teams.
Well, Charlie Burfield is a forward for this Falcons team, but he was acting as a defenseman, eating up that shot and then playing a full 200-foot game, making that open ice hit on the shot there to limit the Stars' chances. Big body, too.
Yeah, a couple big bodies there. So Stars look to keep it in Falcons territory. They do. And then the Falcons gain possession. They'll go to the neutral zone, but peeling that puck away was Behrens. Nikolai Behrens. And it's thrown into the near corner in the Falcon zone. Behind the net, sweeper, it wasn't a whole lot on it. And now it's deflected over to the far boards. Shot attempt from the far boards was deflected, and then it's just flipped back down by Dominic Infacino. Here come the Falcons the other way. They're looking for their first good opportunity. They might have it here. Shot and a save made, and it flickers over the net. Good stop there in the early going from Owen Beck. Now here come the Stars. They'll go the other way. Puck knocked off the stick of Jacob Lefevre. And then it comes out to the blue line. Oh, then a tip attempt, and what a save made by Kim, but he doesn't know where it is.
Oh, that came back through the blue paint, shot from behind the net, and goaltender was swimming. It was going through the pads both ways, backwards and forwards.
That was a grade A save, but then he was a little bit in panic mode trying to find the puck. Luckily, it kept out of harm's way for Kim. Now along the near boards inside the Stars zone. Stars get it out. Falcons throw it back in, but that'll be offsides as McLaughlin was still inside the zone. 10:35 to go here in period number 1. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Stars. That early goal by Henry Buholte. Falcons behind their net, stop. They'll throw it up the ice along the far boards. That one escapes Nikolai Behrens.
2-on-1.
Oh, and then the pass was just ahead of McLaughlin. Stars will push it up ice. Buholte, he was whacked and taken down, no call, and then the Falcons will dump as McLaughlin was looking. Oh, and now he's getting into a little tussle there with Lucas Bassler.
A couple of whacks off the puck there behind the play, and we'll see if that leads to a little bit more physicality, a little bit more animosity in between these two teams.
Yeah, McLaughlin was just looking. There's a shot, and that gets deflected into the netting. He was just looking to get off the ice. He had chipped the puck in, and then he was heading to the bench, and then that's when the contact happened there, and then things kind of escalated for a moment until he made his way to the bench. Referees let them play on, or either that or they didn't see it. Falcons with a keep between the circles, and then the puck rolls off the stick of Barrett Sheeran. Now Bergquist taps it out to center. That's going to have to be tracked down by Gale Anaya. Falcons with possession in their own zone along the near boards. They'll bring it up ice. Falcons inside the zone. Dombrowski,
right
cross-ice pass. And then it's jammed at the front of the net, but it never gets on goaltender Owen Beck, and now the Stars look to push it the other way. Yeah, that was a nice entry.
There's a commercial for the Blackhawks going around where Ryan Green does a similar pull-up as he enters the offensive zone and then sends the puck cross-ice like that. Dombrowski must have taken a page out of that book with that stop.
Stars inside the zone between the circles. Shot gets deflected over into the far corner. Now it heads out to center ice where the Stars will track it down. And then Bergquist throws it up. Shot. That one sails high. That was a heavy shot. Stars look to keep it in, and they will for the moment, and then it's flipped out to center. Here come the Falcons the other way. McLaughlin back on the ice. A feed, trying to get that one inside, but player was tied up. Now over to the boards, sort of an area pass. Tabanzi flips it wide of the net. It'll go over to the far boards. And then it's thrown out to center ice, and it's going to go all the way down for icing, our first icing call of the day. With 7:57 to go in the opening frame. It's a 1-0 lead for the Stars. You're starting to see a little more offensive push from the Falcons, Mike, after the Stars kind of owning play in the early going and getting that early lead.
Yeah, it was a nice try for the Stars on that last rush, though, and Kim's the smaller of the two goaltenders. You saw him kind of shift with his head to try to save one shot. It was going over the crossbar, but Falcons get it out and get an offensive zone draw with the icing.
Dombrowski had a nice attempt there off the face-off, but Beck steered that into the far corner where the puck currently resides. Here's Ryland Beban, gets it out to center. Here's Lefevre. And now Bassler, he overskates it. Had a little support, however, and now Bassler kicks it forward to his stick, enters into Falcons territory, goes to his right, backhands it towards the slot, nobody home, and the Falcons on the rush the other way. Who's going to get there first? And as Rabin overskates it, but just enough to slow down Dombrowski. Now the Falcons inside the zone. Shot whistled wide. It's coming over to the near point, kept in for the moment. Here's Tabanzi, stick handles, and it lays it over to the far side. Tabanzi centering. Here's McLaughlin. He lost the handle, but he's going to retreat. Battling with the puck there, along with Matthew Rabin. McLaughlin comes out with it, past the ball field, shot, score! Oh, what a play there as Charlie Burfield buries it between the wickets on the pass from McLaughlin.
I had mentioned Charlie Burfield earlier playing a full 200-foot game, and he gets rewarded for it here as he's in front of the net, and just a nice pass right out front. The Falcons had numbers in the slot, and not much that our goaltender over down here, number 90, Owen Beck, could have done for the Stars. In that one, we have an even game.
And that's a great A assist there for McLaughlin because he was battling for that puck the whole time below the goal line and then eventually able to regain possession, sole possession.
Yeah, you mentioned that whole play starts with a win on the board battle. You're aggressive in the offensive zone. You're not giving up on the play, and Falcons get rewarded for their efforts.
Here are the Stars inside the Falcon zone trying to get that goal back. That one, wow, Oh, it got deflected almost all the way outside the zone. Falcons look to clear, and they will. But getting to the puck first is Octave de Cruz. Buholtzy now has possession. Little flipper up to the neutral zone. Trying to get Barons there, but it was just a little too hot to handle. And tracking it down is Konstantin Bufis.
Good sauce pass there, even in the defensive zone. Sometimes it's a little scary, but able to corral.
Shot whistled wide. That was a heavy shot there from Garrett Dombrowski. That one deflects, hits the netting.
Thought that one was coming up by us here for a second.
Yeah, we have that. I think that's about our third or fourth puck that's deflected into the netting already. So
yeah, that one kind of lobbed right up. Thought it was going to hit the rafters near us, and then it went behind the net.
Yeah, it's
into the netting.
In Rink B here, we're surrounded, so there's netting all the way around in the seating area up here.
Right.
So we're fully protected as Glenview takes possession. It's a 2-on-2 for the moment, 2-on-3. Bringing that puck inside the zone is Cole Bergquist. And it's thrown behind the net. It's going to be tracked down by Konstantin Bufis.
The Stars looked like they wanted to cycle there, but a little bit of miscommunication, and that's a turnover in the offensive zone deep.
Falcons putting on the pressure inside the zone. That puck is dumped down low by Ben Bullock. Now tapped by Dombrowski. He's battling two players. Falcons doing a good job of keeping the pressure inside the zone. Bullock taps it down low. Now the Stars gain possession. Here's Bergquist inside his own zone. Passes. Well, you normally don't want to make that pass, but he had to have some release there. Oh, and then over-skating it. This could be a 2-on-0 shot, and it slips through. And into the net it goes on the shot by Lucas Bassler, who had a man out front, did the shot, maybe expecting for a rebound, but it went through the wickets of Caleb Kim.
Bassler with a little bit of deception there. He had the turnover that led to that 2-on-0 from within the dot, and not much that Kim has to do. You've got to respect that pass there since you don't have a defenseman on the other side, so you have to still be up and ready to get sliding over to the other side of the crease, and Bassler just exploits that 5-hole right there and sneaks one in.
Yeah, and that was just a turnover inside the zone as kind of the Falcons player just overskated the puck or whiffed on it, and then that allowed Bassler to come in. Charlie Lewitt was, again, he was on the doorstep there, but Bassler fired that shot and put it between the wickets of Caleb Kim, and it's 2-1 Stars. We have 4:05 to go here in the opening period.
We did say we were going to see a pretty even game based on the numbers, and I thought the Falcons were getting a little bit of momentum there, a couple of good zone entries and possession time in the offensive zone, and next thing you know, one mistake leads the Stars to a lead the other way. But we've seen this before, and the Falcons have tied things up, so expect this to be back and forth throughout the entire affair.
I think when I was talking to Mike, he was looking for a better effort from the Glenview team against the Falcons in this particular game, as that's going to go down for icing. And so I think he's gotten what he's looking for early on. He also emailed us earlier. We're going to have a geographical shout-out between the first and second period, Mike, as there are a ton of people tuning in from around the country, around the globe. So Mike provided us with some of those locations that'll be tuning in for today's game. So we'll talk about that between the first and second period.
That's team manager Mike O'Connor?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Inside the zone, Dombrowski chasing after it, far corner, slows down, and that allowed the Stars to pick up possession. Dombrowski in front of the net, kept in by Bullock. Bullock now looking to go over to the far side, going right to left. And it gets out to the neutral zone. This could be another break. Here comes Buholtzy, and a save made by Kim.
He's already got one on the day, was looking for a second one on the breakaway.
Shot from the far point, that one coming from Ryland Beban. That was steered aside. As Kim sort of under siege at the moment. Falcons, a nice check there by Ben Bullock, but the Stars keep it inside the zone. behind the goal line in the near corner. Kept in at the near point, and Caleb Kim makes the save. Puck got away from him for a little moment, but then he holds on.
Full sail line changes for both sides, but what really helped the Stars keep the puck in the zone there and stay on the attack was good head checking going into the board battles. This has been a game of who can win board battles and pry pucks off the wall, and that's exactly what the Stars did and got a shot off, and it was all due to looking at your options before you even get to the puck along the boards.
B-Band keeps it in, shot towards the net, never gets on the net, and then the second attempt gets there off the stick of Charlie Lewitt. Now out to center. B-Band over to Rabin. Center ice play. That is a very difficult angle for Mike to try and capture there. He's doing his best, folks,
Yep.
but the tripod and the tilt only goes so far. Bergquist might have tipped that. We'll see. No. So he wasn't able to get a piece of it. Yeah, it is icing. With 1:44 to go here in period number one, Stars leading 2-1. Goals for the Stars. Opening goal just about, 43 seconds into the game was Henry Buholti. Then Charlie Burfield tied it up for the Falcons. And Lucas Bassler got the go-ahead goal a few minutes ago. That one on a 2-on-0. Here's Lefevre. Carries it in. And the pass just outside of the reach for the Stars. Falcons look to push it forward. Oh, nice pass. In alone. Shot by Borowski, and that goes wide. Take that, Dombrowski. Good opportunity, and here's another one for the Stars, and Caleb Kim makes the save for the Falcons. Caleb Kim coming up big here in the last few minutes, keep it a one-goal deficit. So mark that one down in case the Falcons find their way back into this game or take the lead.
A couple of odd man rushes both ways due to some stretch passes, so some breakdowns defensively, and both teams getting some grade A chances on those rushes.
Falcons in the neutral zone. Now it's picked back up by the Stars. That shot is in! Not sure if that got deflected, but it went over the head of Caleb Kim, and Nikolai Behrens gives the Stars a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, a huge goal right there, under a minute to go in the period. We talked about just a second ago those odd man rushes, and there wasn't exactly one right there, but shooting through a defenseman from the high slot, sometimes you catch the goaltender off guard, and as you mentioned, over the glove side shoulder of Kim and into the net.
Now this,
look out, it's right back.
Away. What a shot there. Got a piece of it, did Caleb Beck, but Taubanzi was able to put that in the net right off the draw, and that gets the Falcons back within one.
Yeah, and Tabenzi just throwing that puck on net. It hits the post, and it was on edge, so it kind of spun like a top but found its way into the back of the net. I'm not even sure if it hit the back netting, but crosses that red line, and it's in.
Yeah, kind of like hit that post and then angled in just behind the goal line of Beck. And now the Falcons with 35 seconds remaining looking to get the equalizer. Back inside the zone. Nifty stick handling there. There's a man out front, but then losing possession was Charlie Burfield. Inside their own zone go the Stars. 18 seconds remaining. Here's Bassler. He has one of the 3 goals for the Stars, but they go in ahead of the play offsides.
The Stars have struggled a little bit with the odd man rushes. Despite their 3-2 lead here, they've had like a 3-on-1 and another 2-on-1 right there. And sometimes it's tricky making that pass across or trying to enter the zone on time when you're relying upon somebody else. Somewhat trickier than just a simple breakaway, but they've gotten their opportunities and they've gotten their goals, so I don't think they can complain too much.
And the horn sounds here as the first period comes to a close, with the Stars holding a 3-2 lead. Back and forth game, though, with the Stars jumping out with the early 1-0 lead in that first minute. Henry Boholte getting a goal. Charlie Burfield tied things up for the Stars. Then 2 consecutive goals for the Stars. It was Lucas Bassler and then Nikolai Behrens. But shortly after Behrens scored, it was Owen Tabenzi getting a goal to cut the Stars or the Falcons deficit to 3-2, and that's where we stand heading into the second period. All right, let's bring up our email for today.
Some of those shout outs.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that up for us right now. All right, so Mike O'Connor, as Mike mentioned, manager for Glenview. So we got friends and family tuning in from North Carolina, Missouri, Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Iowa, South Dakota, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Colorado, Indiana, and Florida. That's just nationally. And then internationally, Latvia, Australia, and Sweden. So that's quite the spanning of the globe we're doing today, Mike. And, it's always one of these things when we're doing youth hockey broadcasts. That's one of the things why we do it's because people who can't get to these games get an opportunity to tune in and see family playing on the ice or friends.
Yeah, that's impressive. I'm glad to be joined by so many people internationally. Welcome in, and hope you're enjoying the broadcast thus far. And despite, whichever side you're rooting for, we've got a tight game on our hands here.
Both goaltenders remain in net. Back now to our left and Caleb Kim to our right. That one got deflected. That was ticketed for inside that right post, but never got on net. Now inside the Falcon zone. Let's kicks it ahead. Stars look to keep it inside the zone. We got a battle, and Falcons come out with it, but it's going to kept in by Beban, and he fires a shot from the near boards that Caleb Kim is able to absorb, and then he holds on for the faceoff. 13:23 to go here in period 2.
Stars are buzzing right now. Stars take a little bit of that momentum that they gained from that 2-goal lead at the end of the first. Of course, the Falcons did respond quickly to cut that lead back down to 1, but the Stars have had the majority of the offensive zone pressure, especially early here in the second period.
Bassler on the draw along with Burfield. Burfield and the Falcons win the draw, but then they dump it into Stars territory where that's eventually going to get ticketed for icing. So we'll do it again inside the Falcon zone. This will be to the left of goaltender Caleb Kim.
Caleb Kim was dancing along as he was entering his crease for period 2.
Well, Berquist got that puck off the draw and shoveled it towards the net, but it went wide. Yeah, goalies, we always talk about them being a little bit different breed. Nice. Oh, what a slam there. Anaya did a good job of taking the puck away, but then he got hit hard, but then a score for the Falcons as they go the other way, and burying it in the net was Konstantin Bufis, and we're tied at 3.
Well, Bufis takes the opportunity, sees that he's not going to have a clear break to the net, so just shoot through the defenseman, and good things may happen. He catches the goaltender off guard, and Beck, I don't even think, saw that shot until it was going through his wickets.
Yeah, I think the referees did miss a penalty there, as when Anaya was hit there, he did not have the puck, so at minimum you could call interference. He got hit pretty hard into the boards there, but they did not make a call. And the referees were over at the Falcons bench kind of talking that one over. Maybe they just said they missed it. Shot on net, save made by Beck into the near corner. Now out to the neutral zone. Here comes Bassler. He just dumps it down and chases with Bufis. Bufis gets there. Oh, that one hit off the skates. Oh, that was a tough play. He wasn't intending to throw that one off the skates. That was number 10, Cole Berquist. It just happened to be there.
Berkowitz able to get to his feet and put a little bit of pressure now, but he's going to head straight to the bench. I think that just stung him.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much protection in your skate, but that can hit in an area where you're not really that protected. That's exactly what happened. It'll be a stinger for a while. Hopefully, we'll be able to get back on the ice in short fashion. He had a lot of volume on that.
I'm surprised. Going back to that goal, I'm surprised there was no uproar from the benches on the non-call beforehand, but we play on, and it is a tie game.
Yeah, there was a discussion. Then you saw after the goal, the Falcons players were talking with one of the officials, and then the other official was talking at the Falcons bench just before the face-off. So there was a little conversation, but yeah, as far as like uproar level, you really didn't see that or hear that, aside from maybe a few fans up here. And the other thing was that it was behind the play too. So the puck would already move forward. So kind of an unofficial assist there for Anaya, because he really made that play, taking the puck away from the Stars and later on taking a hit to make a play he had already made. Now that puck is shoveled forward by Garrett Dombrowski. He's going to track after it, but getting there first will be Ryland Beban. 3-3 is our score here in period 2. Here come the Stars. They'll bring it inside the zone. Oh, nice defensive play there by Ben Bullock. But then an errant pass gets to Beban's shot, and a glove save made by Caleb Kim.
Yeah, that one he was able to see all the way from the point, so easy save from Kim as long as he's got the glove there. But a good shot from the Stars. They realized that they were able to set up in the offensive zone but kind of ran out of options, so might as well get yourself an offensive zone draw here. Try to keep things going 200 feet away from your own net.
Burfield and Bassler. Bassler won the draw. He just pushed it ahead, but Anaya was there for the Falcons. Now Burfield. Bullock pushes it ahead. Backhand attempt to get it outside the zone fails, so Anaya's going to have to track it down behind the goal line. Here's Anaya off the glass. That gets out to the neutral zone. That's probably going to go down for icing, however, and it will. Icing on Anaya and the Falcons with exactly 10 minutes to go here in period 2. Unofficial shots on goal. Well, I guess they'll be as official as they can be because we're not tracking them. It's 10-8 or 12-8 in favor of the Stars.
Yeah, the Stars have had the better of the opportunities offensively, but the Falcons have just kind of caught the Stars at vulnerable points in this game to make things even, and both teams have been pretty physical, so interested to see what transpires here throughout the last few minutes here in the we've still got almost 10 minutes here in the second period, but then also the third period.
Shot from the top of the near circle by Infusino, and that one is saved. Infusino, and it was saved there by Caleb Kim as he holds on. It's Bassler again on the draw. This time it will be Barrett Sheeran for the Falcons. Here's Yu. Had it just sort of flipped it forward, Owen Yu. Thrown on net, never gets there. Getting in the way of that one was Henry Butts. Then that one sneaks through Butts, but gets to Caleb Kim, and he covers up. So your last line of defense is always the best line of defense there, your goaltender. Face off to the right of Caleb Kim. 9:24 to go. We've sort of stop and start a couple minutes here in this second period here with a lot of icings and goalies freezing the puck. Sheeran tries to move that one forward. He's still battling along that far wall, and the Falcons can't get it out. There's Behrens. Behrens, 1-on-2. Then it's taken away. Nope, kept in at that near far point. Butts behind his own net for the Falcons. Passes it forward, tipped off the near wall, and it comes out to Buholti. Shovel ahead, Stars. Good possession time right now. As back on the ice is number 10, Cole Bergquist. Good to see. After he took that shot off his skate.
Big hit right there from the Stars, knocking the Falcons off the puck in the offensive zone. That was the captain right there.
Now here comes Berquist. Top of the near circle. Backhand pass to Buolzi. And making the save was Caleb Kim. And then we have a whistle.
Yeah, I believe the net came off its moorings after that big hit from the captain, number 17, Nikolai Berens. There was a huge rush to the net, and he just happened to hit the post a little bit and knock it off, but a grade A chance for the Stars nonetheless.
Burfield and Bassler on that draw. Burfield won it for the Falcons. He had possession, lost it. Now he regains. Pushes it ahead. A lot of neutral zone play right now. Falcons will dump it in and they'll chase. Inside the Stars zone, they'll change directions going over towards the far wall. A good back pressure there being applied by Garrett Dombrowski as we got a 2-on-2 battle below the goal line. And now taking it will be Rylan Beban. Shoveling it ahead. Oh, it is Beban himself. Near circle, lost the handle as Butts put on some good pressure from behind. Now Butts tries to flip it ahead. He does, but it's kept in at that far point. Rung around the goal.
Burfield had Lucas Bassier tied up behind the play there, no call.
Butts out front. McLaughlin trying to reach Dombrowski, but it was too far out in front, but the Stars were in ahead of the play offside. 7:02 to go in period number 2. We're all tied up at 3. We had 5 goals in that first period, and then we've only had 1 here in the second period, that coming early on from Constantine Bufis to tie things up at 3, and that's where we stand. So the rhythm and flow of a hockey game fails to amaze me, where you can go like one period where it's high scoring and then it clamps down. And we get it off sides. Bullock in his own zone, gets it out to center. Cross ice pass. Oh, and then Anaya had to navigate the official there. And that allowed the Stars to temporarily get possession. They'll dump it down low. And behind the net is Nikolai Behrens. Lefevre now has it. He passes it off. 2-on-1, Behrens. Behrens protecting that puck, but then he had it taken away, and it's knocked out to center. Stars will have to regroup. Good job defensively by the Falcons to keep the Stars off the goal in that particular sequence. But now the Stars will come the other way. Here's Behrens. Behrens throws it towards the net, but that goes wide of the near left post. And now going the other way will be Owen Tabanzi.
Taken down on the play.
No call.
There's an uproar from the stands and I think the benches as well, but we play on.
Stars bring it inside the zone. Bassler had it for a moment, then it was knocked off his stick. And again, the Stars in ahead of the play offside. So another stop and start moment in this second period. We've had a few of them. It'll be a...
Well, they're going to say it's an intentional offside, so this face-off's going to come down closer to the Stars' end. That was just thrown right back in by the Stars to kind of alleviate the neutral zone pressure.
That was Burfield on the draw against Bassler. Inside Stars territory comes out. Now this time the Falcons will be guilty of the offsides violation. 5:31 to go in period 2. Back inside the Star zone. That one kicks out in front of the net of Owen Beck. But getting there first was Ryland Beban. Now Bullock backhands it towards the Stars zone. The Stars will take possession. Oh, a little hook there, no call. We've had missed calls on both ends a little bit, and that one dumped inside the Stars zone.
Overskating it was the Stars defense, and here's the Falcons setting up in the offensive zone.
Backhanded down by Bufus, doesn't get low enough, and the Stars clear the zone. Now inside Falcons territory, Burfield. Up ice goes to the neutral zone where Beban will track it down for Glenview. Beban throws it on net, steered aside by Caleb Kim into the far corner. Puck comes out, and that's going to be picked up there by Constantine Bufus. Bufus carry the puck up ice. Bufus backhands it. Oh, that one almost ricocheted off a Stars player in the net, but luckily he was able to fend it forward. Now the Stars go the other way. Inside the zone is Colin O'Connor. And now Behrens. Behrens centering attempt. That one flipped. Save made by Caleb Kim, and then it trickles towards the right post, but never gets on. Battle there. Altunian. Oh, that one hit the post. Parker McLaughlin wrung that one off the far post on a backhander.
That was a beautiful manufactured rush by the Falcons. It looked like they were kind of a step away from the puck at every point until they finally had it on their stick.
Bucks
right in the
pinched
slot.
in. O'Connor steals the puck. He shoots, and a save made by Caleb Kim.
Oh, wow.
And again, Kim saving the bacon there for Henry Butts as he came outside the zone to sort of take that puck away at the blue line, but whiffed on her, missed it, and that allowed O'Connor to come in and get a shot off, but Kim able to make the save. So again, goaltender having to be your best defenseman.
We've seen an Altunian on the Lake Forest Scouts team, so I'm wondering if there's any relation there, considering it's same rink that the Falcons usually play at. So
it could be
good to see what could be a younger brother of sorts. But yeah, going back to that rush for the Falcons, just picking that puck up below the dots on a rush that seemed like it was out of their reach, and a backhand that rose so high, I think you're right, it drew iron and stayed out miraculously. We still have a tied game.
A Bullock cross-ice pass to Anaya. He gains center ice and pushes it head over to Dombrowski. Dombrowski flips it towards the net where Burfield was there, and then he tried to jam it, and making the initial save there was Owen Beck, but then I believe the net came loose. No, they just
I think it was just an early whistle,
yeah.
But the puck was frozen at first, and a couple extra whacks from the Falcons opened that play back up. So I think it was the right call by the official.
2:57 to go in period two. We're all tied at 3. 5 goals in that first period, only 1 in the second. That coming from the Falcons and Constantine Bufus, and we're all tied up. Barron's inside his own zone. Now the Stars clear it to center. They don't have numbers at the moment, but now they stick handle through some traffic thrown towards the net, steered aside by Caleb Kim, but Barron's will keep possession for the Stars. Nice pass between the circles. That shot sails high. That one off the stick of Octave de Cruz.
And that looks like it was whistled dead for an offsides. I believe it did come out of the zone. That last shot that came at Kim was similar to one we saw in the first period that was high and rising over the crossbar. And Kim likes to just kind of go up with his head like he's going to head it in soccer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that does come below the crossbar, if that's going to work out too well. You may want to get the blocker up, but it's funny to see it kind of like an ostrich poking its head up out of the sand, you know.
On the draw, Glenview tries to throw it inside the zone, unable to by Buholti, and then Butzel just backhanded inside the Stars' territory. Inside the zone goes Owen Tabenzi. I'm going to guess it's Tabenzi. So we didn't have pronunciations on the Falcons side, but I'll do my best to keep it as clean as I can, as that one is saved by Kim. B-Man with the keeper. Bullock. Taubensee will move that one ahead. It gets to McLaughlin. He of the iron-hitting backhand attempt.
McLaughlin had that puck behind him, tried to pull it through his legs in order to get it into a comfortable shooting position, but was getting checked at the time that he did it.
Now McLaughlin will just try and dump it in as he heads for a change, but able to knock that one down. Or the Stars, and they'll go the other way. Here's O'Connor. That one rolls off the stick with Bullock chasing O'Connor, and then thrown by Butts over to the near wall. Butts once more throws it up ice. Bassler's there first. Back down to O'Connor. O'Connor back to Bassler. Nice give and go shot that hits the crossbar from Bassler on the feed from O'Connor.
Wow. The final minute here of this second period, and the Stars a grade A chance right there.
Good contact there down low. Stars with the keeper flipping it towards the net. Butts gets in front of that one, never gets on Caleb Kim. And now the Falcons look to go the other way. Sharon passing that one up, missing connection with Dombrowski. It'll go down low at 36 seconds remaining. Along the near wall, out to center. Boofus had it for a moment. He puts a stick on it, but now Bassler inside the zone. Anaya in front of him. Bassler tried to skate through some traffic there. Dombrowski got a piece of it. Bassler fires. That one was going to go wide, but Caleb Kim holds on anyways with the Stars flying around in the zone. Probably a good idea for the Falcons to just regroup here as they get some fresh players on the ice as well. It'll be a face-off to the left of goaltender Caleb Kim with 15.3 ticks remaining in the second period. Unofficial shots, or official shots, 20-11 in favor of the host Stars. Burfield tried to tie that one up. Now Boofus takes possession. We're under 10 seconds remaining. Deflected to the far point. Burfield gets it out the center. Could be a 2-on-1, but not a whole lot of time. He fires it, and Owen Beck makes the save. As time winds down here in the third period, only one goal in this third period, and that coming from Constantine Boofus to tie up the game for the Falcons at 3-3. That's where we stand. This is Stars versus Falcons Bantam Prospect Hockey here on Stream Sports Midwest. We'll take an audio break. Getting ready for third period play. Mike and I got the opportunity to witness some goaltender dancing on the Glenview side there with Beck Owen and Liam McIntyre. And it's funny, dancing and jamming, they were kind of like Country Road, Take Me Home from John Denver there. And Beck was playing the guitar. The smaller Beck and the towering McIntyre, they made quite the pair.
I'd go pay to see them in concert.
Yeah, why not?
Looked like some solid guitar skills right there on the paddle.
So teams change sides again. Stars right to left. Falcons left to right. An early shot by the Falcons, and then the puck is stuffed in the net. Wait, now it is a good goal, and they're going to get that on the trailing player, and that's McLaughlin, who had one go off the iron. And he eventually followed up with all that traffic in the net, ran for it and tucked it in the net. Now the Falcons take a 4-3 lead.
I'm not sure if that puck, it looked to me as if it went in initially, but
that's what I thought, but
the Falcons
there was
made sure
signal.
to stay with it and still make sure to put that in. The net did come off, but the puck was in regardless before that. So McLaughlin gives the Falcons the first lead of the day.
They did not waste any time. About 20 seconds into the opening or the third period. And the Falcons get the go-ahead goal. They trailed at one point 3-1, but 3 unanswered goals by the Falcons have them out front. Still plenty of time. Berquist inside the zone along with Taubensee. Taubensee throws it over to the near wall. Stars look to keep it in. They will for the moment. Then it comes out to center. And dumped back in by DeCruz. Taubensee battling with Bassler. Now Sheeran. Sheeran brings it inside the zone, dumps it down low. Taubensee and Sheeran take after it. Sheeran got away from the near wall, now goes behind the net, tries to wrap around, and then the backhand attempt by Taubensee goes wide.
Good job by Beck sliding east to west to make sure that the post was covered there for the wraparound.
Taubensee had another attempt, but DeCruz got in front of that one, so some good early pressure here by the Falcons, keeping the Stars hemmed inside their own zone. Now Dombrowski over to the top. That one went off from the shot from Taubensee. Taubensee again tries to pair it loose, but this time the Stars and DeCruz able to gain possession. DeCruz will carry it in wide as he's knocked off the puck. And then it'll go over to the near wall. Dunk back inside Falcons territory. Bullock will chase after it. Throws it off the near wall. But then a centering attempt. Caleb Kim had to be ready for that one.
There's a sneaky little alley-oop shot from O'Connor as it was coming to him. It wasn't quite like a one-timer, but just kind of like in motion was able to swing that one towards the net.
Here comes Dombrowski. He'll flip it. It's knocked down at the line. Nice job by Beban, and then he kicks it out of the zone. So using his hand, using his foot was Beban, and moves that puck forward. Shot from Henry Buholti, who had the opening goal of the game. That one was knocked aside by Kim. And that rolls behind the net where Cole Beck will have to play it. He'll throw it to the near wall. And thrown outside to center. Chase after it inside the Falcon zone. Who's going to get there first? And it was O'Connor, I believe. And now Beban for the Stars at center ice. Knocked off the puck, but the Stars recover. Stick handling. Buholti had it. Now Barons. Then dumped back in by the Stars. Behind his own net is Bufus. Throwing it over to the near wall. That one's going to be dumped in. No icing there. That was waved off early. Beban will throw it to the far wall. Sharon's there. He gains possession, centers it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin throws it towards the net. Skate save made by Beck. Now he has to regroup. McLaughlin from the other side gets a shot, and Beck saves him again.
I think that caught some iron there. I heard a ringing on that last shot as well. I'm not sure if it was the outside of the post because, as you said, Beck had that whole side covered.
Yeah, it could have been like the rim of the net there. But either way, Parker McLaughlin, who's had some chances in this game, and he did cash in with the go-ahead goal, and he had a couple nice opportunities there. Player taken down, no call. Here comes the Falcons inside the zone. Save made by Beck on the shot from Taubensee. Taubensee 1-on-2 battle, but then he gets support. Here's Taubensee, shovels it towards the net. Oh, and then a hit off the post. The right post, or our right, the far post, we'll just say.
Beck isn't just thanking his guitar. He's thanking those two pieces of iron that he's in between of right now as well.
Bassler 1-on-2. He's going to take it wide looking for the backhand opportunity, but he's guided off the puck there, but the Stars regroup. They still maintain possession. Now stick handling. DeCruz will throw it on net, and that's an easy glove save made by Caleb Kim, and he'll hold on. With 9:01 to go here in period 3, it's a 4-3 lead for the Falcons, but good opportunities on both ends here, and the goalies have been putting on a good show here as we progress throughout this Sunday morning game.
That's the captain lining up for the draw of your Stars, Nikolai Berens.
Falcons take possession. They'll get it over to the far wall. Trying to get it out, and they do. That one will go along the far wall, and crossing all the way over is Matthew Rabin to track it down for Glenview. Rabin will throw it off the glass, or try to. Gets it out to center. Bullock. And now some stick handling there from Altunian, who carries it inside the zone. Now Burfield. B-Man will look to locate it in that far corner, pushes it up ice, kept in by Bullock temporarily, and then it comes out to the neutral zone. Altunian waves at it, trying to get it off the stick of Nikolai Behrens. Behrens cross ice pass now to B-Man. Dumped inside the Falcon zone. 8:06 remaining and a 4-3 lead in the third period for Highland Park. Centering attempt from Bergquist. That's deflected out to the neutral zone. Here's Sheeran 1-on-2. Tried to get it between the skates of Rabin, but he denied entry. And then that one carried in offsides by the Falcons.
Falcons, Owen Tabenzi, a little eager on that one. His teammates hadn't cleared the zone, so just kind of took that puck right back in. And I'm surprised we're not going to get an intentional offsides here, but offsides nonetheless.
Face-off taken by the Falcons. Deflected inside the zone by Tabenzi. He'll chase. Stars. Ooh, Dombrowski sailed that one over the net, kept in at the far point, deflected down.
Good stick there from the Stars defense.
That was DeCruz with the nifty woodwork there. Now Bassler, but that's going to be surprised he went there. He saw Buholti in ahead of the play.
Yeah, they were kind of looking at each other as one was entering the zone, the other one was exiting.
Yeah, I mean, Buholti was trying his best to get back on side, but Bassler just kept coming. So we'll have a neutral zone draw now with Bassler. I think that's Sheeran. I can't see with the ref there. No, that's Burfield. Burfield wins the draw. He's been pretty good at the dot today as Charlie Burfield. Don't have face-off numbers here.
No.
I don't have that many fingers to keep track. Anaya pushes it over up along the wall, but it's kept in by the Stars. Oh, and that puck came loose, and a save made by Caleb Kim on a point-blank opportunity there from Buholti.
That was phenomenal teamwork by the Stars to identify that the defenseman was going to pinch and take the hit to make the play as his winger steps up to cover the point.
Burfield tries the wraparound, and getting there just in time was Owen Beck. And now McLaughlin will flip that one down as the Burfield line heads for a change.
That was a grade A wraparound chance for Burfield, and Falcons trying to answer right back to that nice opportunity from the Stars.
There's Bassler fighting to maintain possession. The Stars get it back, but then it's given away. Here's Sheeran. Sheeran tries a backhanded pass, but not a whole lot on it. DeCruz gets it up to Lefevre.
If I'm Lefevre in that slot there, I'm just turning around to take a shot. Instead, he tried to go to the point and just nobody home.
Sheeran threw it towards the net, kind of fanning on it was B-Man, but the Stars luckily were able to regain possession for themselves. So Lefevre now will dump it back inside the zone where Dombrowski will take possession. We're under 6 minutes to play, 5:47, 4-3 lead for the Falcons. A giveaway backhander, not a whole lot on it. And Caleb Kim holds on to make the save with Nikolai Behrens putting the backhander on net and then circling back looking for a rebound that never came.
We've seen a number of whiff attempts from the Falcons in their own zone, especially around their own crease, that the Stars have been able to pick off and capitalize on, just not able to fully complete the play by putting the puck in the back of the net. But the opportunities are there for this Glenview team.
Center between the circles. Behrens tried to keep it there, and then that one thrown on net. That one's by Owen Yu, and then holding on.
That was thrown into the netting by
yeah.
Colin O'Connor. Just kind of turned and fired and got a little under it. So we'll have a face-off.
The left of Kim. Slapped over to the near board. Stars look to keep it in. They will. Near wall play. Bucks battling.
Stars have some momentum right now. Look out.
Oh, that one was deflected. Never got towards the net. Now here's Parker McLaughlin. He'll carry the puck up ice. McLaughlin over the blue line. McLaughlin fires on net. And that one, nice job by Beck closing up and making the save. But the puck kept in. Here's McLaughlin. Backhands it. Tried to shovel that one up, and Beck saw that one coming as well. So very creative shot maker there, Parker McLaughlin, but Beck was prepared on both fronts. Now that was shot whistled wide. What a nice job there by Nikolai Behrens, just waiting and then firing a heavy wrister. But that one went wide.
Behrens identified that his backdoor man was about to be covered as the defenseman was back checking and getting there in time, but still able to get a good shot off.
Bergquist throws it on net. That one's paddled aside by Kim. And then the puck comes out to center. Scooping behind. Oh, and then fanning on it for just a minute there was Dominic Infusino. Then the Stars were able to gather it back. Now here's Bergquist. Bergquist over the line, shoots from the top of the near circle. Easy save made there by Caleb Kim. We're under 4 minutes to play, 3:55, 4-3 lead for the Falcons here in period 3. Shuffled on net, and then making sure to cover that one up in a pile of snow.
Yeah.
Is Caleb Kim.
Stars are really pushing here. They feel the clock ticking down a little bit. They still have 3:49 here to go, but down a goal, and they had been playing with the lead practically the entire game. So look to see in the next 2 minutes if we're going to see our goaltender over here, Owen Beck, not just playing the guitar, but also playing the bench as the sixth attacker maybe comes out.
Yeah, Owen Beck. I might have been calling him Coldbeck, just making up name. I got the last name right, but I think I called him Coldbeck a few times.
Oh.
But it's Owen Beck. And Beck and Kim have played really well. Here's a chance. And Beck, and then now the net comes off the mooring there. And they'll have to reposition that one. This play stops with 3:27 to go. Shots now 27-21 in favor of Glenview.
It's been pretty even on both sides here. The score and the shots on goal reflect it, but also you see the momentum kind of going back and forth between these two teams. You'll see the Falcons have some sustained offensive zone time, but then you'll see them have some turnovers and give the Stars some offensive zone time.
Burfield won another draw, dropped it back to the near point, and Bufus, who got a shot off. And now between the circles, Parker McLaughlin, that one was partially deflected. But Bufus got a shot off, and able to make the save was Owen Beck,
Yeah, he
formerly
had to block that
Colbeck.
away.
Yeah. Now Bassler behind his own net. And Fusino deflected out to the neutral zone. Falcons take possession. Bufus backhand shovel pass back inside the Glenview zone. They get it back out to center. Now Anaya moves it ahead, Glenview. And Buholti will try and track it down. Throws it on net. That hit the side of the net. And now rings out to Anaya, who throws it off the glass out to the neutral zone. B-Ban tried to throw it back in, but it was ejected back into the Glenview territory with 2.5 minutes to go. As you mentioned, Mike, we'll look to our right to see when Owen Beck may escape his cage there if we don't have a natural stoppage in play. It's kept in the zone. Here's Behrens, Nikolai Behrens, stick handling, shooting, and a save made. And did that one deflect into the netting?
I think it may have. Either that or it hit the bars of the roof. I'm not sure.
Maybe that one, because I didn't think it got as far as the netting for then it to like deflect back and play like that. So I think you're right. It might have hit some of the rafters.
It didn't seem to me like it changed direction much, but a whistle nonetheless. And yeah, great opportunity by the Stars keeping that in almost unintentionally with the skates.
Barron's right in, shoveled it on net. Didn't have a whole lot of time and space, but he was able to get it on net, and Kim made the save. Now it's thrown over to that far wall. We're under 2 minutes to play, 1:52. Owen Beck still in his net, and that one
Good
deflects
redirect
wide.
from the captain there.
Falcons trying to get it out to center. It's another keep in. Behrens fires that shot wide. Oh, and then O'Connor was looking to do the wraparound, then change directions, but he lost handle. Stars still have possession inside the Falcons' territory. Now Beck skating up, and they get the tying goal. Let's see. Yeah.
Right through the wickets again on Kim, and that's one, of course, that he's going to want back in such a dire moment right there. But
it's Bassler.
Bassler finds the way.
So Bassler gets his second goal.
Beck is over by the bench giving high fives, but he was still in his net, so the Stars didn't have to pull their goalie at all.
Well, he was just creeping up as that play happened, so he was getting ready. He was in the position to where he was going to be coming off the ice. And just as I was getting ready to mention that, Bassler pushed that one between the wickets.
Yeah, just under
Caleb
90
Kim.
seconds here.
Yeah.
So that would have been the time for it. It seems like a timeout was called by the Falcons, I believe, on this one, but it looks like the Stars that are drawing up more of a play here as they just get the equalizer. They're probably looking to regain a lead here within the last 90 seconds. Falcons need a chance to regroup, though, as well.
Yeah, and even though both goaltenders have allowed 4 goals, they both have played very well in this game because there have been a lot of scoring chances. As we mentioned, shots 29-22 in favor of the Stars, so each goaltender seeing a lot of action. And off the draw, Dombrowski takes it for the Falcons. He fires it, sails it over the crossbar. Bullock, actually that's a Nayu pinched in to keep it inside the zone. And then cross-ice pass to Dombrowski. He'll have to circle. Now he'll have it along the near wall. Dombrowski stops, spins, dumps it down low, trying to get that one over to the captain, Parker McLaughlin.
We've seen that good pull-up move from Dombrowski.
Here's McLaughlin trying to stick handle around DeCruz, and then McLaughlin comes up with it right on net, and a big save made by Owen Beck. That is a grade A save on Burfield. Wow.
Monumental point-blank save there. Beck just sprawling out to be big in front of the crease and gets the leather on that one as the glove was right there meeting the shot off the stick.
Burfield's been really good at the dot. Let's see if he can win this face-off for the Falcons, and he does. Gives it back to Anaya, who just tries to flip it towards the net. Not a whole lot on it, but then we got a whistle. I'm going to say it's knocked down with a high stick.
We haven't had any penalties in this game. We've got only 44.7 to
play.
go. But
you just jinxed it. So.
Hopefully not, but
yeah.
That's what I thought that whistle was for at first.
Behrens won that draw, which is important for the Stars as they look to clear, and they will. Now it's inside Falcons territory with 35 ticks on the clock. Here's O'Connor. O'Connor went for it, peeled back. Bassler picks up the loose change.
Connor knew the contact was coming. Didn't want to take the hit to make the play, so kind of took the defender with him and gave his teammates an opportunity to pick the puck up instead.
Uolti keeps it inside the zone, and he'll gather it up at center ice now with 15 seconds. He'll just spin around, waste some time as O'Connor tries to dump it in. That one escaped McLaughlin. Now Behrens has it, 7 seconds. Oh, then a man taken down, no call. And now the whistle sounds, but that definitely looked like a trip there. But there have been some plays that have been non-calls here by the officials, and it's affected both teams. But as you mentioned, there have not been any penalties called in this game, and we're going to head to overtime.
It's a tough time to have to call a penalty, but I think you're right. That would have been the right call there, taking down on the last play, really. You kind of have to call that. But we'll go into overtime all evened up.
What would happen then is I think it goes to like a 4-on-3 overtime because it's 3-on-3 in overtime.
Right.
So in that case, the Stars would have been able to put an extra skater on the ice, if you will, but it would be a 4-on-3.
Yeah, and as soon as that penalty is up, you don't necessarily have somebody. Well, you'll have somebody serving it in the box, but if you're the Falcons, if you're able to kill that, then you have to add a 4th skater onto the ice, so it ends up being 4-on-4 overtime hockey.
So we'll go to extra time here. It's a 5-minute overtime period with 3-on-3 hockey that you like to see. A lot of open ice there. You expect to see a lot of Nikolai Behrens and Parker McLaughlin out there, along with a host of others. And the key, though, is like, who are the solo defensemen they trust at least the most to start things off as they go with the 2-on-1 formation usually. And so for the Falcons, it's going to be Anaya will be on that defensive front. It'll be Burfield, McLaughlin up front. And then for the Stars, you have Behrens, O'Connor, and then Buholte.
You got both captains out there in McLaughlin and Behrens.
So McLaughlin back to Anaya, back to McLaughlin, and now he'll carry the puck up front. His fans getting a little impatient here.
It's all about possession in this overtime frame. So
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you have that perfect zone entry so you could get set up as they will now.
Here's Anaya, top of the near circle. That one deflects out to the Stars, and they'll look to push it up ice. It's O'Connor. Oh, and then a nice sweep check from Anaya.
Good stick work there for checking that.
Behrens fans on it. It's Behrens and McLaughlin. Little size advantage there for. Oh, and then McLaughlin makes a change. And now Behrens stick handles, but knocked away from Burfield. That was an interesting decision to change at that moment, but it didn't come back and bite the Falcons. But Behrens doing a good job of maintaining possession. Now Buholte, and then the net's off the mooring here, and that's the third time that's happened to our right.
And with the goaltender switching sides, I think it proves a little more that it is more so the frame there than the man in the net.
Right, yeah. That was kind of some of the whispering we were hearing is that was intentional by Owen Beck, but same thing happens with Caleb Kim. No, there is a water bottle on that net. I didn't see one before. Bassler on the draw with Sheeran, or Dombrowski. So it's Dombrowski along with Konstantin Bufis. And then, again, we called Dombrowski, Bufis, and Sheeran. And now on the ice for the Stars will be Bassler. You also have Octave de Cruz. You can't get that license plate. That's Berquist for the Stars. Inside the Falcon zone, 3.5 minutes remaining in overtime. All tied up at 4. Sudden death overtime, Bassler. 3-on-3 hockey here. And DeCruz will chase it in the near corner. Backhands it, but getting there first was Sheeran. Now he'll look to skate it up ice, but good back checking there by DeCruz. And now Dombrowski will field it. Here's Dombrowski, stick handles around Berquist. Dombrowski over the blue line. Dombrowski looking to go wide, still has possession. Dombrowski centering the Sheeran, shot save made. Owen Beck, and he holds on. That was a very methodical play there by Dombrowski, but he set up Sheeran nicely, and able to make the save was Owen Beck.
Beautiful low to high play right there from the Falcons, and a point blank shot in front that Beck has to handle. Luckily, it was a little bit more breadbasket for him, but he stands tall once again.
So now it's Burfield out there with Taubensee and Bullock for the Falcons. Back out there is Nikolai Behrens and O'Connor and Buholte for the Stars. Here's Buholte. 2.5 minutes to go in overtime. Buholte slowly carrying the mail up ice and dumps it in. That goes below the goal line where Bullock will chase it. Bullock eludes a defender, passes it up front, misses connection with Taubensee. It's going to go all the way down, not enough for icing as Buholte will track it down, deflects it, hoping a man is there, and luckily Nikolai Behrens was there to gather up the mail.
Good play off the boards right there from the Stars, knowing your home rink, but also there's been a lot of comfortability for the Stars in their defensive zone.
Behrens shoots it, and a save made, and closing up the pads there nicely was Caleb Kim on that end-to-end rush, so to speak, from Nikolai Behrens. So now we're down to 2:05 remaining. I don't know why that's so difficult to say. Here in the overtime period, Bassler on the draw. He wins it over to DeCruz. Oh, he gets to the open man. Berquist shot, and Caleb Kim makes the save. Good puck work there right off the draw. Now Berquist battling for it. 2 players. He still comes up with it, and I think that one might have went off the mask of Kim. And now up ice, here's McLaughlin, Parker McLaughlin.
Bassler's stick was tied up the other way. The entire Stars bench was up in arms. No call. We play on.
And now the Stars look to go the other way after that brief rush by McLaughlin and the Falcons. Inside the zone, that one rolls off the stick of Berquist. Oh, and then it comes through, and a pad save made on Bassler from Kim.
That was a bouncing puck.
He kicked out that left pad. Made a nice save. Now here's Butts. Up ice. McLaughlin. Back to Butts. He had his stick tied up. Stars go the other way. This will be a 2-on-2. Now Anaya will look to chase it in that corner. Does a nice job with the stick work there, and now he bodies the player off the puck. Backhands it into that far corner where Dombrowski will try and chase it down. Now Anaya just slowly pushing the puck up ice. An area pass to Dombrowski against DeCruz. It's a 1-on-2. Dombrowski waiting for help.
There's that pull-up from Dombrowski, waiting for help, getting set up.
Cross-ice pass. There's Sheeran. He fans on it, but he circles back. Oh, and then the pass to Bufus goes wide. Here comes O'Connor. Bufus is going to have to stay with him. Bufus and O'Connor. O'Connor gaining space, waiting for the trailer. There's Barron's shot save made. Caleb Kim, and he holds on. What an overtime period we have had. End-to-end action. And just some great offensive opportunities, some heady play there. Waiting for the trailer was O'Connor, creating some space to get Barron's coming in from behind, and Barron's got the shot off, but Caleb Kim able to make the save, and now we're going to get, I think this is probably the Stars timeout being called after we had the Falcons one.
Offensive zone draw, good idea to call a timeout, but I mean, even with 3-on-3 hockey and a lot of extra open ice, you see why these two teams went to overtime in the first place. They have played very similar styles today, very evenly matched. And when you get one rush on one end from the Falcons, it's good defense from the Stars that comes up and shuts the door to allow the offense to go the other way. And then Falcons go right back to the defensive end of things and do the exact same thing on their end. So it is going to be interesting to see how these final 28 seconds go in this contest.
So the timeout over. It'll be the face-off to the right of Caleb Kim. I'm combining goalie names. And on the draw, Dombrowski shovels it ahead. He's got a breakaway. Here's Dombrowski in all alone on Beck. Stick handle, shoots, scores! Garrett Dombrowski with the overtime goal with 17.3 seconds remaining in overtime. And the Falcons get the overtime win here in Glenview by the score of 5-4. What a play by Dombrowski as the Stars won the draw. But Dombrowski pressured and got that puck up ice, and he was shot out of a cannon, Mike.
Well, Dombrowski just read that play off the face-off really nicely and was able to just poke that puck, like you said, along the wall and push past the defenseman. Usually you're getting pinched off right there, but he muscled through it, gained himself a breakaway, and did not miss. Went from left to right on the goaltender, had a wide-open net. We saw a lot of pull-up stops from him. So the patience from Dombrowski is what does it in the end.
So that was a heck of a game we saw here. And there's another one coming up, actually, which is an 11:50 start. That one is taking place in Joliet. I believe Brandon and Aaron are on the call there, the Jaguars.
Yep.
With the game coming up there. So more action coming up here on Stream Sports Midwest. But for my partner, Mike Napolitano, this is Eric Willowite saying so long from Glenview. Again, your final score in overtime. It is the Falcons 5 and the host Stars 4. Thanks for tuning in to Central States Hockey on Stream